What if the Earth stopped spinning? Have you ever thought about how fragile our world actually is? We often perceive the Earth as an unchanging, fixed anchor for humanity. Every morning, the sun rises. Every evening, darkness falls. The seasons progress in a specific order. For centuries, for thousands of years, the same rhythm, the same cycle, the same balance. Billions of people look at the same sky every day, breathe the same air, and rely on these same cycles. We are certain that the sun will rise in the morning, that spring will follow winter, and that rain will water the soil. We don't doubt that the oceans will wave, the winds will blow, and clouds will form in the sky. This familiar rhythm is so deeply embedded in our lives that we never stop to think about the complex systems, delicate balances, and the harmony that has lasted for millions of years. We don't question how the atmosphere works, how the oceans regulate the climate, or how the magnetic field protects us. We live as if everything simply has to be this way. But is it, really? Is this planet truly that resilient? Is this balance truly unshakable? Or are we just living in a very lucky, very short window of time? This order, which has seemed unchanging throughout human history, might be resting on a much thinner tightrope than we think. Earth's rotation doesn't just create day and night, it shapes the climate. It drives the atmosphere, it guides the oceans, and it sets the rhythm of biological life. From a scientific perspective, Earth's rotation is no accident. When the planet formed about 4.6 billion years ago, it retained a massive amount of angular momentum. According to the laws of physics, a spinning object continues to spin unless acted upon by a strong external force. That is why Earth has been spinning on its axis for billions of years. Today, Earth completes one full turn every 24 hours. At the equator, the Earth's rotation speed reaches approximately 1,040 miles per hour. We don't feel this speed in our daily lives, but it is one of the fundamental elements holding the planet's physical balance together. This rotation ensures that energy from the sun is distributed evenly across the surface, creating conditions suitable for life. Thanks to this rotation, the atmosphere is in constant motion. Wind systems, pressure differences, and weather events are the result of this movement. Likewise, ocean currents draw power from Earth's rotation. Warm and cold water masses shift places, maintaining the global climate balance. If Earth didn't spin, the climate as we know it simply wouldn't exist. This movement is also vital for biological life. This system, known as the biological clock, manages countless processes, from hormone secretion to sleep patterns. If Earth's rotation stopped, this rhythm would break, and the balance of life would begin to unravel. Moreover, Earth's rotation is indirectly linked to the planet's magnetic field. This magnetic field blocks a large portion of harmful radiation from the sun. If this protective shield weakens, the surface becomes vulnerable to cosmic threats. Now, let's pause for a moment and consider a terrifying thought. What if the Earth suddenly stopped spinning? According to the law of inertia, an object in motion wants to stay in motion. If Earth stopped instantly, people, buildings, vehicles, oceans, and the atmosphere would continue to maintain their rotational speed. Especially at the equator, this speed is so high that massive destruction would begin within seconds. Everything would be hurled eastward, structures would be leveled, mountains would suffer severe damage. The human body could not withstand these forces, and sudden extinction would occur on a global scale. Scientists state that in this scenario, life on Earth would end in seconds. The first thing to spiral out of control would be the atmosphere. The atmosphere is used to spinning along with the Earth, and the moment the planet stops, the air keeps moving. This would cause winds of unprecedented violence. Winds exceeding hundreds, even 1,000 miles per hour, would literally scour the surface of the Earth. Today's hurricanes would look incredibly weak by comparison. These uncontrolled winds wouldn't just destroy buildings. The structure of the atmosphere would collapse. Dust, gas, and water vapor would move chaotically. The sky would never calm down. A state of constant storm would prevail. In such an atmosphere, it is impossible for plants to photosynthesize or for living things to survive. At the same time, the oceans would lose control. Earth's rotation keeps ocean currents and sea levels in balance. When the planet stops, this balance is lost. Ocean waters, possessing massive kinetic energy, would rush toward the continents. The resulting mega tsunamis would be far more destructive than anything we know. Coastal cities would be submerged within minutes. Waters would advance inland, and the world map would fundamentally change. Since a large portion of the world's population lives in coastal regions today, this would mean an unprecedented disaster for humanity. But what if Earth stopped spinning on its axis, but continued to orbit the Sun? In this case, the concept of day and night as we know it would vanish. One side of the planet would constantly face the Sun, while the other would be buried in permanent darkness. In regions experiencing constant day, surface temperatures would rise to extreme levels. The survival limits of living things would be exceeded. In regions experiencing eternal night, temperatures would drop rapidly, and the surface would be covered in ice. The difference between these two extremes would create massive pressure differences in the atmosphere, generating constant and violent winds across the planet. Another critical effect of Earth's rotation is the Coriolis effect. This effect causes winds and ocean currents to deflect in specific directions, creating the organized weather systems and stable currents we see today. Without rotation, this effect disappears. The atmosphere and oceans would move chaotically, climate systems would collapse, and the planet would become uninhabitable. The magnetic field wouldn't escape this scenario either. Earth's magnetic field is related to the movements in the planet's core and its rotation. If rotation stops, the magnetic field weakens. Solar winds and cosmic rays would reach the surface more easily. This radiation would damage DNA, increase cancer risk, and lead to the collapse of ecosystems. In the long run, Earth would turn into an unprotected planet, similar to Mars. All living things have adapted to the day-night cycle capable of Earth's rotation. Plants photosynthesize according to this order. Animals adjust their biological clocks to this rhythm. Migrations, seasonal behaviors, and the food chain are all parts of this system. When Earth stops spinning, these biological rhythms are broken. Plants cannot survive. The food chain shatters. A chain reaction of extinction begins, affecting everything from herbivores to top predators. Humans cannot remain outside this process. Even the shape of the planet would change. Earth is not a perfect sphere. It bulges at the equator and is flattened at the poles due to the centrifugal force generated during rotation. If this force disappears, Earth would start to take a more spherical shape over time. This change would lead to a redistribution of pressure in the Earth's crust, massive earthquakes, and increased volcanic activity. Continents would be reshaped. Some regions would be submerged, while others would dry out completely. Forests, deserts, and agricultural lands would shift. Terrestrial ecosystems could not adapt to this sudden change. Vegetation would disappear, soil erosion would accelerate, and arable land would vanish. When agriculture collapses, the food supply collapses. Plants in the constant day regions would burn. Those in the constant night regions wouldn't grow. Livestock farming would end shortly after. Humanity would face a global famine unseen in history. Social order would disintegrate. Technology wouldn't survive this process either. Satellites, communication networks, GPS systems, and energy infrastructures are designed according to Earth's rotation. If rotation stops, satellite orbits would decay, communication would be cut off, and the global internet would crash. Humanity would be torn from the technology age in an instant. Scientists indicate that the probability of adapting to such a world is extremely low. Theoretically, survival might only be possible in a narrow twilight zone between day and night. But even in these regions, winds would be incredibly violent, and living conditions would not be sustainable. Even if we imagine Earth stopping slowly over millions of years rather than suddenly, the results wouldn't change. Days would get longer, nights would last for months. Periods of extreme heat and cold would destroy ecosystems. Biological diversity would rapidly decline. And in the end, we would realize this: Earth's rotation is just one of the countless fine-tunings that make it habitable in the universe. The distance to the sun, the atmosphere, the magnetic field, and the rotation speed. When this delicate balance is disturbed, Earth rapidly turns into a hostile planet. Perhaps the real question is, how many planets in the universe possess such delicate balances? And we live every day relying on this balance without even realizing it. Earth's rotation is a cosmic miracle that has lasted for billions of years. Every second, every minute, every hour, this movement continues, and we are not even aware of it. Every breath, every meal, every day on our planet owes its existence to this rotation. This rhythm, which has never stopped throughout human history, is life itself. But we can only understand how fragile this balance is, how sensitive this system is, when we face the possibility of losing it. Perhaps the greatest danger is taking this balance for granted, because everything natural is also everything that can be changed. See you in the next video. Goodbye.
I need to know what's happening.
This planet is dying. The human race is killing it.